This is Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Get out there and beat your self. For what? Fourth week in a row, the fourth football game in a row, you're an underdog.
Yeah, how about it? Baker County trying to get his guys fired up down there. A big one against Ponte Vedra. Down there, over there. It's down there if you're somewhere north of there.
Yeah, I guess that would be the case.
I mean, you know, it's all relative, really, if you think about it.
Hey, welcome in. Friday Night Blitz. Into September we go. Week 3 of the high school football season. Brent Martineau, Stuart Weber. And, hey, already a wild night. We've had some fantastic matchups. Some of them weren't so fantastic.
Yeah.
But there was one that was really good. And Bolles and St. Augustine we'll get to. We showed you live play-by-play. We do it every Friday now from 8 until midnight with our Friday Night Zone Blitz. And we got you on TV, of course, for the Friday Night Blitz. Highlights, action-packed, some reaction coming up.
Yeah, definitely. We're at the biggest games around the area each and every week, getting you that post-game reaction and, of course, the highlights. But let's go ahead and get you started with our game of the week. On paper, a terrific matchup with Rains and Trinity, two really good teams. Let's see some great highlights here in a minute.
The game of the week, sponsored by Whataburger.
All right, here we go. Off to Hammond Boulevard, where we find Rains and Trinity Christian ready to go at it. Vikings striking first. TJ Cole wide open. Kelvin Brown Jr. Visitors trying to set the tone early on, and receivers getting wide open in the back of the secondary would be a trend. Trinity trying to answer, but a miscommunication between QB and receiver allows Jacoby Marion to pick it off, and well, he's got some blockers as he heads the other way. How about a 74-yard pick six? Cut it back and into the end zone for the Vikings. Still 14-0 second quarter. Cole and Brown linking up in another situation like the first touchdown, just all alone behind the defense. Later in the second, Hicksara finally able to get the home team on the board with the second effort on the QB keeper into the end zone. He goes for Trinity Christian, but man, Rains just does not relent. They score a couple more before the half. Cole here keeping it himself on the far side of the field. 48-14, your final score. The Rains Vikings get a big win. Let's hear from Coach Donovan Maslin with our own Marcel Robinson.
I'm here with Victoria's head coach Donovan Maslin. I mean, Trinity and Rains, we got everything we expected for Trinity and Rains, but you guys came on talk to me about the game.
Oh man, it was fun, man. The kids wanted to come out. They was excited for the week to finally play a full whole game. So you know, just came out and played dominant football across the board. Defense stepped up big. Once we kind of figured some things out, what they were doing offensively, we made some big time plays, and then you know, offense got going, running the ball, and you know, got them in some RPO type things, and you know, we were successful tonight. So I'm excited for the guys and the program.
Last one for you. We finally get to see one of these big games that you guys scheduled coming up next week. Obviously, don't want to look ahead too far, but you know, you just told the guys you're going on the road to play Lake Mary, 7A football.
7A football.
And you just said it. These are the types of games that you schedule in order to make sure that when you guys get to the show, you complete the task, right?
Definitely. You know, throughout the, trying to schedule games, we stepped out, out of the comfort zone, getting out of the city. We had to, but, ultimately we only able to play one. But, these are the type matchups you want to see. They have a great quarterback in Grubbs, and we're excited to go against them. And, great O-line, great receivers. So it's just going to get us better in all phases so that we can continue on throughout the season.
Well, you guys got a list of all those great things that you just mentioned: quarterback, offensive line, receivers, weapons. So looking forward to seeing what happens next week. For now, enjoy this win.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
That's head coach Donovan Maslin. Ranger winning tonight over Trinity. Let's toss it back to you guys in the studio.
Rains was celebrating with the band in the stands as the game was finishing. So how about that?
Says a lot.
Hey, listen, we've got good matchups on paper. Sometimes they don't work out. Rains is so good right now.
Yeah.
I think clearly
they went 77-0 last week.
Best team in the area.
That's hard
right
to
now,
do,
and hard to deny that.
Sure.
And then next week we get, I think, a couple of programs that usually are very good maybe a bit down this year.
But are they on the same level?
Well,
that's what we're looking for.
Well, and it almost does. It's one of those that it doesn't seem like it matters.
Correct.
When they get together.
Big rivalry game, of course, the battle for Longleaf Pine Parkway, Creekside, and Bartram Trail. Could the road be a cooler name than that? I don't know. Longleaf Pine Parkway, it's just a mouthful.
You just say Longleaf Pine, and then you
Longleaf
have to throw in the
Pine.
Parkway.
But the Parkway that connects them. I don't know.
It is, but we can just make it cooler than it is my point.
Okay, well, we'll do that then.
Well, good crowd out there at the beach for some Senator football. And we've got the fans of the week out there for Fletcher High School. What about Fletcher taking on Atlantic Coast? Beach Rats 2-0 to start the year. Patrick Faison thinks he's got a really good football team this season. Senators get the only score of the first half. Cruz James Bajic finding DeAndre Smith on the far side. Tell you what, that young man had a heck of a night. They get the two-pointer lead, 8-zip at the break. Here's Cruz James Bajic to Joshua Jones. Nice dive and catch, 15-0. That was the early stages of the third quarter. And then, watch this one. Watch Joshua Jones. Actually, that's not the one I was thinking about. Here's Jones again. That makes it 21-0. Okay, this is the one that I was like, watch what a catch. Now, that was a nice play, too. But this is a heck of a play. DeAndre Smith, we want to see Travis Hunter doing that. How did he torque his body that way? Still come up with it and got his feet down. Heck of a catch. 35-6, Fletcher wins. Here's Action Sports Shack's Olivia Tassley with the head coach, Patrick Faison.
All right, Coach, that was exciting. Started slow a little bit for the offensive side, but your defense shut them out in the first half.
Most definitely. Our defense do an amazing job on stepping up when the times get hard. And they had us backed up in the red zone on the first drive. And on the 2-yard line, we came up with a turnover, and then they backed us up a couple more times, and defense stepped up again. And I tell our defense, man, bend but don't break. And anytime we get in that red zone, we don't break at all. And defense always hold on to the offense get going.
You can't go 3-0 without going 1-0, and you did it again tonight. Still a perfect season for your Fletcher Senators. What are you seeing out of this team?
Grit. Since spring, since we didn't make the playoffs last year, the guys being on it. The day after we didn't make it, they wanted to work out. And this team got a brotherhood. They got that grit. And at the end of the day, I always teach my guys, even when we work out, it's one rep at a time and one day at a time. And then when we get on the field, we say the same thing. It's one rep at a time, one play at a time. And if you can win that rep and you can win that play every play, that means we're going to win the game. And that's what these guys try to do. They want to win every rep. And because if all 11 can win the rep, we're going to win the game. And that's what these guys harp themselves on.
Time to go 4-0?
It's going to be challenging. I respect Coach Draft. I respect Coach G over there at Nease. And we got history. I'm up on him 3-1 right now. But he got me last year. But, man, Colin's a great OC. Coach G's a great DC. We're going to have to come play because Nease going to play hard. And they're going to bring it.
How about a little foreshadowing here?
He knows the record against them.
That's pretty good right there, huh? Fletcher hosting Nease next week. Panthers at home against another unbeaten team, Tallahassee Lincoln. But already up 26-10 second half after just allowing a touchdown. They get it right back. Aiden Pfeiffer to Braden Felder. 85-yard touchdown Nease. They've been so strong this year. How about Pfeiffer this time to Nathan Sievert? Short of the goal line, but then he's going to muscle his way towards the pay dirt, falls into the end zone, and that's another touchdown for Nease. Hey, we don't show special teams too often, but watch this tackle. Boom!
Oof, wow.
How about it, Eric Davis-Bear? Yeah, we'll give you a shout-out. That was a good form tackle. Love to see it. One more touchdown to get the running clock going. It's Tyshawn Ford. And how about this performance from Nease? Tallahassee Lincoln was 2-0 with wins over Madco. And they get beat 47-10 by a really, really good Nease team. Let's hear from the head coach, Colin Drafts.
Huge win, man. I'm just like I told our guys, we knew we had a quality team coming into town from Tallahassee. They've beaten two really good football teams before they got here, but we had, all three phases, man. Offense played great. Defense was lights out like they have been all year long, and special teams continues to impress, man. So I couldn't be more proud with what we were able to do tonight. I mean, I'm confident, right? But we know the job's not done. We're only 3 weeks in. Obviously, we're playing well right now. We feel good about it. We're going to take the weekend to enjoy it, and then we're going to come back ready to work on Monday. You know, we've got Fletcher. We got to go to the beach next Friday night. You know, and they're a good team. I think, you know, they were 2-0 heading into the night. They might be 3-0, so you're going to have, you know, a showdown of two undefeated teams. So we're looking forward to that matchup.
Yeah, we're ready for it, too. It will be undefeated teams. Mandarin on the road taking on Sandalwood. Mustangs moving the ball early. Credit the Saints' defense. They jar this one loose. Asher Sheehy eventually comes away with it for the home team, and Sandalwood. But only a matter of time before the Mustangs get on the scoreboard. And who else? A super sophomore, Bryson Wright. You got to cover him with probably a couple of folks. Not Sandus on the passing end of that. That's a touchdown for number 1. Second quarter. And it's lost one toward the end zone.
First touchdown.
And
shotgun formation. Quarterback drops back, looks right, throws right.
How about this one? Nice catch. Will Jones comes down with it. Mustangs win it 42-0 over Sandalwood.
Touchdown.
We got some Clay County bragging rights on the line. Fleming Island and Oakleaf. Knights already leading by a couple scores at the half. Use a little defense to keep it there. Mason Thomas into the backfield. Gets the QB sack. They were pitching a shutout at the time. Oakleaf would then drive down into the red zone. Hand it off to Reggie Ferguson. He's going to push his way in for 6. It's another Oakleaf touchdown. One more time now for the Knights in the fourth quarter. Jack McKissick to Trace Burney. This game all Oakleaf, 31-0. They pitched the shutout. Great defensive effort, great offensive effort. How about Christopher Foy, the head coach, speaking after a big win for his Knights?
Running the football, having Fareed, or we call him Buck, having Buck back tonight was really important. He added another dimension to the game, along with of course C.J. Moses and Ezra Brown. But we ran the ball really well tonight. I mean, really, our guys up front, our offensive line did a wonderful job.
What do you look forward to going into the next couple games this season?
Oh, they get tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
I mean, that. You know, we got Hawthorne here next week, and then Bolles, and you know, Hawthorne is going to be a task within itself.
Well, McClenny, the Wildcats of Baker County taking on Ponte at Memorial Stadium. We saw Coach getting the guys fired up at the start of the show, all defense in the early going. And that's not usually a surprise out there in Baker County. Wildcats defensive line handling the Sharks up front. Jamarian Foy comes up with a big sack in the first quarter. Sharks threaten in the red zone a bit later. Foy comes up with another sack.
All over the place.
Yeah, going in the wrong direction, but not out of scoring position. Delayed, not denied. Cole Rosendahl hits Jack Berquist in the front quarter of the end zone. That's the first touchdown of the game. Sharks take a 7-0 lead in the first half. Sharks defense starts to swarm, forces a punt. Offense comes right back down the field, caps the drive off of Rosendahl to Berquist again. 26 yards out. Oh, hope he's okay.
That sign.
14-0. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rosendahl takes a shot downfield. And you got it. I guess he was okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Because Jack's back. Ponte Vedra up 21-0. 3 scores. 3 connections. They go on to win 35-10.
Now over to Englewood we go. Let's go ahead and drop the sledgehammer and throw in a little backflip. Why not? The Rams hosting Ridgeview. Yes, indeed. We do backflips all over the place here. Defensive battle throughout. Jaden King snuffs it out. Big tackle for loss there. Englewood now on offense. Aiden Janke. He'll shoot through and get the sack for Ridgeview. Panthers trying to get on the board. Here's your QB looking to extend the play, but that's a duck, and it's Kendall Ely who comes up with the pick as that one floated right to him. Rams looking to capitalize, taking a shot, and this time it's Edrin Rhodes coming away with a pick of his own. Lots of defense, Brent. This one, a defensive game. Won by the Ridgeview Panthers. They take it 13-7 over Englewood.
New field debuting tonight for the West Nassau Warriors. How about this little transition? Everybody building the turf fields all around the area, but they're really cool to see get done. Look at that.
That's pretty.
Tremendous. Love their football out there at West Nassau. So
that was a grass field, by the way. They got really soggy and wet when the rains came. So that's a good move for our shoes. Yeah. And for the games, I guess.
And probably for their maintenance team,
for that too. Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. Hey, more to come on the Friday Night Blitz with another huge matchup still to get to.
Yeah, we've got St. Augustine on the road at Bolles. They won this 2 years ago, the last time they met. Can the Jackets do it again? We'll tell you coming up next.
We are Trinity Conquerors, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz.
Most of us know how to throw.
but you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com. Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it. Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandalwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Hey, our Week 2 Whataburger Player of the Week, Bryson Wright scored on offense, defense, and special teams with a touchdown catch, 100-yard pick six, and 65-yard punt return in a 54-16 win over Atlantic Coast. It might not be his last Player of the Week, unless you can only win it once. But it's our Whataburger Jaguars Prep Player of the Week, and he's one of the best players in the area. Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. Reigns Trinity, our game of the week. How about another huge showdown between area powers? 2 years ago, St. Augustine traveled to Bolles on the road, earned a last-second win over the Bulldogs. Last year, it was rained out.
Yeah, Mother Nature with the win in that one. So let's do it again this year, shall we? I love that they kept the series going, right? Because every 2 years you get a chance to revamp your schedule, see who you want to play. I'm so glad that we keep this one going because these are two really good teams. Let's check it out, shall we? Yellow Jackets all the way to the Final Four a year ago. Bolles made it to the quarterfinals. Well, it's 28-21 St. Augustine when we pick it up. Xander Edwards into the end zone for the home team. Bulldogs tie this game up 28 apiece. How about an answer from the Jackets? Darrell Preston on the ground. He's going to follow his blockers, and he's got some speed. Now a little cutback. Cut it right back one more time. Into the end zone, but a missed point after touchdown makes it 34-28. Jaden Weatherly going deep. Naeem Burrows, the Clemson commit, he is so good. Behind the defense and into the end zone. They would make the extra point, go ahead by one, 35-34. Now, Trendell Anderson, another one of that 1-2 punch when it comes to running backs. He'll take it in. 40-35 is your score, meaning Bolles needs a touchdown to win it. This is the last drive of the game. This is 4th and long. Weatherly trying to find anything. Doesn't matter that he doesn't get the pick because that is an incomplete, and that turns it over on downs. And St. Augustine gets the win, a huge win, 40-35. They get it done a victory for the Yellow Jackets and Brian
That's such
Braddock.
a big deal because they had scored a touchdown. Holding penalty negated the touchdown to set up that last sequence.
Wow.
All right, Coach. One of the best games I've seen high school level in a long time. How'd you come up at the end with a big win?
That's a good question. Our offense just got the job done, and it was a threat all night. And you kind of described it as, I think you just saw the will of our team, that our kids were able to just scratch, fight and claw and try to hang on, and got a few stops. And we were able to get one at the end and able to outscore them.
Bartram Trail, Ware County.
Monday night craziness.
Yeah.
What we got?
We got Colson Ball finding Braden Trujillo.
Yeah, we got another Trujillo down there at Bartram Trail. Then how about Arthur Lewis? He gets it in touchdown. Again, Bartram's been off to a slow start, but Arthur Lewis is really good. He was on our all-prep top 25 team a year ago, 7-0. Bartram takes the lead. Now, what about Ware County? Remember, this was a heck of a game a year ago where Bartram won late with a 2-point conversion. Isaiah White to Jamario Rice, just a little pass and catch. We were there in the early going of this football game, and in the end of it, 21-14, Ware comes back to win it. So they're good football game 2 years in a row. Ware County gets this one over Bartram, 21-14.
How about a game you went to this evening, Palatka and Providence?
Yeah, both squads looking to get on the board with their first win of the year. And they got on the board in terms of the scoreboard early. Hans
we like
Price,
that.
he reverses field, finds the pylon, got tripped up just at the right time because that's a touchdown and an early lead. Watch this play here for Palatka. They come right back down the field. This is bottled up by the Stallions defense. No, it is not.
Oh, wow.
Nominated for the play of the week. Pretty good one to get in the end zone and score it to finish it off, too, by Palatka. But Caden Jones answers right after that. He finds some daylight. See you later for the Stallions touchdown. But it's Palatka who goes on to win 40-35 in a shootout on the road.
Let's go to a good border battle between unbeatens. Yulee hosting Charlton County. Jaden Timmon, and this is the play you need to see. Down 12-7. Hornets take it to the house. Big touchdown there in the second half. Makes it a 13-12 game. They would add another score later, and 19-12, your final score as the Yulee Hornets stay unbeaten and take down a good Charlton County team. So Yulee off to a 3-0 start. Great start for Coach Kyle Doherty and company up there in Nassau County.
Brunswick Pirates at home taking on Effingham County. Start of region play for both squads. Grant Moore, he's the quarterback for Brunswick. Here he is, got the ball looking, doesn't find anything, but hey, nice move. And then beats everybody to the end zone. It's 7-0. Brunswick, as he can, playing some fullback. That's a good idea. Just put him anywhere. Good luck stopping him. You're not going to stop him.
Yeah, you're not going to stop.
42-14. Brunswick gets the win over Effingham.
All right, we're coming right back here on the Blitz, including a high school memory for one of the Jacksonville Jaguars as the Jags get set to play on Sunday here at home. We'll tell you who this Jacksonville Jaguar is, taking it to the house, and why this play maybe changed his NFL career.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a tease. We'll be right back on the Blitz.
We are the Razorbakers, and you're watching the Friday Night Blitz.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models, or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC, we are professional grade.
If you need a quality play this football season at your home, call That One Painter First Coast. Locally owned and operated, experienced employees, no builder-grade materials. And there's more, and for that, we throw it to Noah Schlicksup. That One Painter First Coast can apparently help your kicking game, too.
Well, after my failure on skinny sticks last year on Creekside Game Day, I've spent a lot of time out here at Creekside practicing my kicks. There's only one issue. How is that even possible? The good news is I know exactly who can help. That One Painter can handle all your painting needs, from field goal posts to cabinets to stucco. They got you covered. Though they may not be able to help with my kicking, they can certainly help with the posts. Call That One Painter First Coast today for all your painting needs at 904-495-1373.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Hey, how about our Coach of the Week? And well, that is over at Trinity Christian, but it's the visiting team, the Reigns Vikings, Donovan Maslin and company, getting a big win. They're off to a terrific start. I mean, a really good football team. They've been on a roll the last few years. Maslin has them cooking, and by the way, they are super explosive. They get a big win, 48-14 over Trinity Christian on the road. A game that lasted forever, by the way, a game you can replay and watch pretty much all week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. And you can always go watch it again on YouTube as well and all the social media channels. All 3 hours and 15 minutes of it.
I wore the black gloves, state championship game, and they were like rain gloves. Like they had the leather on them and stuff like that. So I changed to those. First play out the game, caught the ball over two guys, took it for 80. I've been wearing rain gloves ever since. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, that burned the memory in my head, just to, you know, that superstition that I always follow.
That's a good idea. Hey, players, go grab your rain gloves, and maybe we'll make plays like Jordan Lewis. Maybe he can make some big plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. We've got your countdown to kickoff coming up Sunday morning, 11:30 a.m. on CBS 47 as we get set for the season opener, Panthers, Jaguars, here on the official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Smart Play of the Week is brought to you by the FSCJ Manta Rays.
All right, how about DeAndre Smith with your smart play of the day? And what an amazing catch in the end zone for Fletcher. Gets the feed in. Big one for the Beach Rats. They get a huge win.
By the way, Fletcher and Nease next week should be a good one.
It's going to be a really good one.
We might be having that on the Friday Night Zone Blitz next week, which means Nease is going to lead the area in appearances.
They might.
But they've been pretty
kind
explosive.
Of the point. You keep winning, and yeah, that's a good.
So the Zone Blitz, by the way, 8 p.m. until midnight. We basically have high school football folks on all our platforms from 7 p.m. until midnight. We can tell you all the different places to find it. Just look for that Action Sports Jax logo. You'll see it.
Some key scores to get you, by the way, from around the area. How about Bradford? 14-12. They get the win over South Sumter in a tight matchup. Kind of expected that might be one, but that's a close win for them. Palatka 40-35 over Providence. In that game, we showed you the highlights from a little earlier. Bishop Kenny with a big win, 35-14. So lots of big winners here all around the area.
And we've got our Zone Blitz all the way until midnight, so we'll hear from Coach Brian Braddock. Great win, great early game. Got some really good matchups from around the area. Still trying to figure out the teams.
Yes.
We know a few teams that are really good. Trying to figure out the rest and how good everybody is from around the area. Notable score down there. Camden County, by the way, wins 56-13. Ribault was hanging tough with Camden for a bit.
Was that 13-13?
14-13, I think it was. And then Camden turned on the Jets.
Camden is really good about down there in Southeast Georgia. But as it is every year in Kingsland, it's all about once you get to region play.
And it's loaded.
And it's loaded in their region each and every single year. So next week, game of the week, Creekside Bartram Trail. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Can't wait for that. It's going to be good.
All right. If you want an update on the NFL game, by the way, Chargers are beating the Chiefs, and they're going to win that game.
Don't play on a Friday. What's wrong with you people?
Dumb
It's
NFL.
Blitz.
We're playing
Blitz
Fridays.
night. What are we doing?
It's high school football time.
Come on.
All right, let's leave you with the band of the week, the Fletcher Senators. Proud out there by the beach on a beautiful night for high school football.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jags Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.